Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little different. I just seen the Lakers collaboration with One Piece, and I thought that's a fun idea, but instead of just limited to the Lakers, I thought we just go around to all the superstars around the league and we give them their One Piece character analog. Should be fun. First we're starting off with Jason Tatum. His analog is Blackbeard. I mean, that's like the perfect comparison. One, considering who I have as Luffy. Another reason I think Jason Tatum is the perfect Blackbeard is Blackbeard attained his power. He had some type of supporting help, but that wasn't not enough. He always thirsts for more power. He always thirsts. He's not satisfied for toughing it out. I'm not saying Jason Tatum don't want to tough it out. I'm just saying think of characters that took the easy way out. Both of these guys come to mind. I mean, Blackbeard already had the darkness power. He had to go get Whitebeard's power. Jason Tatum already had Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams. But he had to go get more. He had to go get a Drew Holiday, a Kristaps Porzingis, just stacking the deck. Next, we're going to go to another team in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks, and more specifically, Giannis. Now, this one might be a little out there. It makes sense when I explain it. At first, you might hear it and be like, what? But as I explain it, you'll be like, oh, it makes perfect sense. Giannis is Big Mom. Whoa, I know. Let me explain. Both of them are freaks of nature. I know Big Mom might get overshadowed, but somebody like Kaido or Whitebeard, but Big Mom was one of them. She's like an anomaly among anomalies, similar to Giannis. He's literally the Greek freak. Nobody's built like him. Nobody's built like Big Mom. She was killing bears with no special power at 5 years old. I mean, supernatural freak. And the other reason, they both got a lot of kids. Big Mom's is documented, but Giannis got like 5 kids. One come in, one come out, one come in, one come out. Which, I mean, I guess it's a healthy thing. He loves his wife. But a last thing, both of them have a comment. They're both what if stories. Big Mom is, what if so-and-so did this? I could have been the Giants, could have been the king of the Pirates. Giannis, what if Chris Middleton, they get hurt during that Celtics series? I might have 2 rings. I guess we'll never know. For the last person in the East, we're going to do Embiid. Now, Embiid was tough to find at first because, you know, not many people in One Piece have had the talent but have been enabled. I mean, at first you would think Shanks, but nah, Shanks fits with another person on the list. So I got to thinking, women around my head, I'm like, hey, not Shanks, but there's another redhead character that fits Embiid almost perfectly. Then I started thinking about it more and more and more. I'm like, oh, this guy is perfect for Embiid, and that is Eustace Captain Kidd. Now to explain this one, to get out of the way, both of them talk a lot of junk and can never back it up. I mean, Kidd, I'm going to be the king of the Pirates, gets washed every fight he gets washed or needs severe help, just like Embiid. He always talks junk and can never back it up when the time is come. Like he's always talking junk, can never back it up. He never did accomplish anything but talks the most junk. Not the most junk. It probably is more junk than him, but talk a lot of junk, can never back it up. And also they got a crewmate or a teammate that just can't stop smiling for one reason or the other. And that's superstar we're gonna talk about today. Jokic, the better Embiid. Not the better Embiid, but the best player in the league. If I'm going to compare one best, I got to compare it to the other best. In Jokic's One Piece comparison, Kaido. It was stated in One Piece, one-on-one against Kaido is basically a death sentence. And that's pretty much against Jokic. One-on-one, he gonna give you a bucket. 2 unstoppable forces. For Kaido, it took literally the Scabbards jumping him, 4 or 5 other notable pirates just to get him damaged enough for Luffy to win. And similar to Jokic, it took literally one of the most improbable things happening, Rudy Gobert hitting a post move for them to beat Jokic. Rudy Gobert could probably be put in that situation 1,000 times out of 1,000, and he probably wouldn't hit that shot again. I'm pretty confident in that. And for Kaido, it literally took something that hasn't happened in like 1,000 years, Joy Boy, to come back. Somebody who hasn't been seen in 1,000 years just to beat him. Perfect comparison. It takes improbable stuff to happen just to beat them. Next, we're gonna just get one of the most obvious ones out of the way, Shea. And we all know his comparison. I know I mentioned it a little earlier, but everybody knows him. Like once I started to make this list, it was clear that who Shanks was going to be by. Like, he's probably one of the first people I thought of when I thought of One Piece analogs for everybody. And Shay, his comparison is Shanks. This is the most obvious one. This don't need too much of explanation, but I'll give you one anyway. Shay and Shanks both have an immense amount of aura without having actually done anything. Like Shanks, I think he had 1-2 moments, but he seems to be everybody's favorite character, doing woot to woot, and people just like him. I mean, I like the guy. He just exudes aura, but without doing too much, because he only made it out the first round once in his career. This is the first time he actually had a good team around, but same thing. But still, he hasn't done much. Has a lot of aura. Shanks hasn't done much. Has a lot of aura. It just hand in glove. Next, we're gonna go to another young star, Ant. And his comparison is Doflamingo. And now for this explanation, this is probably one of the easier ones, and it's the fact that both of them are supreme trash talkers. I mean, Doflamingo was trash talking after he was arrested. Like, he don't care win, lose, draw. He's gonna talk some junk. He was talking junk in the middle of a war, people dying around. He just ha laughing. And same with Imp. No matter what situation, no matter how much pressure, he gonna talk that junk. He play all serious. He win and lose, and he getting thrown out. No matter the consequences, he literally told Obama on him, you better tell him, you better told him, you better ask about me. Y'all like, what? Another thing that links them, they don't care about life. Saying the video, I mean, Doflamingo killed father and his brother just because they got in his way. Anthony Edward asking girls for videos. I'm not saying he don't care about life to the level of a Doflamingo. I mean, he ain't no serial killer, but he is an avid Plan B user. Moving on. The next person we're going to talk about, I'll give the comparison to Ja Morant. Another easier one. When I first started this, another one that came straight to mind is Ace. The thing that compares both of these guys, they both don't like listening. I mean, but in Ace's case, consequences of him not listening resulted in him losing his life. For Ja, the consequence was this. He just lost the season, 25 games, lost some money, but in the end it worked out for him. I mean, better than Ace. He don't got a hole in his body. But both of them just too hot-headed, hard-headed mother. Next, we're going to move on to Steph Curry. Now, this was hard because if we didn't have another person for Luffy so well, Steph would have been undoubtedly be a Luffy or even Luffy a couple of years ago. But there is someone who is almost as equally as like throughout the series as the main protagonist, and that's Garp. Now, Garp and Curry, both at the peak of their powers, ran their respective companies. When Curry's at the top, everybody love him. He the hero. He the face of the league, babyface assassin, changed the game. Garp, the supreme marine, the hero of the Navy. Marines for many generations looked up to him just like Curry, just establishing a new generation, changing the way. He might not have been the best of his time, but he was a well-respected figure who made his own way, had his own influence in the world or in the league. Next, we're going to talk about another old head, LeBron James. Now, in the Lakers collab, they had him as Garp, but I didn't see that. He's definitely a different type of older person in One Piece, and that is Whitebeard. Simply put it, even at their old age, they were still one of the strongest beings in their respective companies or universes. I mean, Bron, the year 23, year 22, around that age, and still damn near averaging 25. Insane. And for Whitebeard, he started the whole world fighting against the best while he was dying, while on a breathing machine. Just two guys, you respect what they did, the longevity. Both of these guys have just supreme longevity and dominance in that longevity. The next person we're gonna do to complete the old head trio, KD. Now KD is Son Goku. Both KD and Son Goku in their primes were living under another person's shadow. I mean, no matter how great you was, no matter how good of a hooper you was, how good of a marine you were, you always living under, is always a better person than you. You always living under their shadow. You are living under a guard, or you're living under a LeBron, a Curry shadow. At no point in your career as a marine or NBA player was you the best at what you do. Two people that's living under a greater person's shadow. And the last one of the day is Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is Luffy. Both of them got that smile, make it joyful to watch, just watch them do what they do, and just like, oh, just sit back and I know that's short and not a good explanation, but it just fits so well. Like Thanos getting the Infinity Gauntlet. It just can't have one without the other, and then can't have no peanut butter without jelly. You can't have an NBA One Piece comparison without Luffy compared to Luka Doncic.
Makes sense. See, my brother, everybody spam, it just makes sense. Like you say that, it just makes sense.
But other than that, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe, leave a comment on how you rate my One Piece comparisons, or you got a better comparison for me. But other than that, have a blessed one.